These are the top stories from Gaza in the past 24 hours, brought to you by Dropside News. A new investigation found that only 1 out of every 4 Palestinians detained in Gaza since October 7 is registered as a military operative. The joint investigation by Plus 972 magazine, Local News, and The Guardian found that Israel is holding roughly 4,500 Palestinians from Gaza under the unlawful combatants law, with only 1 in 4 registered as a military operative. Most detainees, elderly patients, doctors, children, and other civilians are being held indefinitely without charge or trial, often subject to abuse, torture, and overcrowded conditions. Israeli courts largely approved these detentions based on secretive evidence, while testimonies describe mass arrests directly from hospitals, schools, and checkpoints. Cases include an 82-year-old Alzheimer's patient and a mother of 3 detained due to mistaken identity, highlighting the arbitrary nature of the detentions. In the past 24 hours, Gaza's health ministry reported an additional 84 killed, at least 17 of them were aid seekers, and 3 more who were starved to death by Israel. The deaths came as overnight in Gaza City, Israeli bombardment devastated multiple areas with multiple strikes within a span of 30 minutes, leaving dozens dead and wounded. The strikes hit homes, tents sheltering displaced families, and the area around Al-Quds Hospital, with children among the victims. Marco Rubio has privately indicated he does not oppose West Bank annexations and that the Trump administration won't stand in the way. This follows US Ambassador to Israel Mike Huckabee reiterating his long-standing rejection of Palestinian statehood and previous support for annexations, including suggestions that Palestinians could be relocated elsewhere. Israel killed 4 people in Lebanon in a wave of attacks on farms, homes, and construction sites. In Aitarun, Israeli forces invaded, detonated a farm on the outskirts of the town, and then withdrew, while artillery fire in Sheba struck and killed a man standing on his balcony, while some 15 Israeli airstrikes destroyed a hangar storing construction equipment. The UN reported today that it cannot confirm any shelter supplies have reached Gaza since March 2nd. This is despite Israel's pledge to allow aid amid orders to forcibly displace nearly 1 million Palestinians from Gaza City. According to a UN spokesman, there has been no change since last week's report, which also recorded 0 deliveries. Even before the latest wave of displacements, 1.4 million Palestinians were in urgent need of shelter assistance. Hamas stated it is still waiting for a response from Israel to the mediator's proposal presented on August 18, which it and other Palestinian factions have agreed to. The movement reiterated its readiness for a comprehensive deal. All Israeli captives held by Hamas would be released in exchange for an agreed number of Palestinian prisoners. Alongside the end of the war, withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza, reopening of crossings, and the start of reconstruction, Hamas also reaffirmed its support for establishing an independent technocratic administration to immediately manage all affairs in the Gaza Strip.